This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
Justin Baldoni just demolished Blake Lively and her pitiful web of lies in court.
None of it was just due to the fact that she seems like a rather shitty person.
Even Ryan Reynolds didn't bother defending his so-called attractive wife, since he knows she's dragging him down with her.
Both of you are raging narcissists.
Now Blake's losing her career, her credibility, and probably every single dollar she has. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the terrible mess Blake Lively walked into when she decided to pick a fight with Justin Baldoni. 90 minutes in court, that's all it took for Justin to utterly crush her legal team and earn a significant triumph.
Parties, of course, meeting for the first time in court today. It was about a 90-minute hearing.
Not 90 days, not 90 hours, only 90 minutes for her case to start collapsing like old Hollywood popcorn. This wasn't even the final trial, and already Blake and her legal team were running like foolish interns on their first day in a law office.
He is, his agent is Ari Emanuel. He's a powerful Hollywood guy, and we all respond to Hollywood power. And there's a hypocrisy and a fraudulence there that the public is picking up on. And so that's really interesting now.
And why did we end up here? Because Blake believed she could pull a Hollywood power move, charging Justin with a large $250 million lawsuit over harassment charges, probably assuming he'd just fold under pressure.
Decided to blame him, and boy, did she open up a hornet's nest and learn, be careful what you wish for, because now you've got the fight you asked for, and you're not winning it.
However, Justin Baldoni changed the entire script on her, came out swinging with a $400 million counter lawsuit, and just like that, Blake switched from playing offense to full in fear mode.
Justin does a better job, in my opinion, of providing receipts and showing full context.
Let's be real, she thought she had this in the bag. She had the New York Times, Ryan Reynolds, and Hollywood elites behind her, but none of that mattered when actual evidence started flooding in.
He really sees this all the way through and makes sure we get to discovery and proves how disgusting some of these high-level celebrities can be.
And speaking of brutal reality, checks the judge was not here for Blake's nonsense. Every single motion her legal team filed denied. Imagine coming in with your high-powered attorneys, expecting the court to bow your Hollywood status, and then getting rejected at every turn. Not one, not two, but every single one of her legal attempts to control the narrative got thrown straight in the trash.
And I would say another reason that the public didn't respond well to this was because we have already accurately deduced that the both of you are raging narcissists.
The best part, she's not even at trial yet, and she's already taking massive legal L's. At this rate, she might not even make it to March 2026 before completely crashing and burning. If Blake's legal team thought they were stepping into a polite courtroom debate, they were violently mistaken, because Fredman, he didn't just show up to fight, he showed up to annihilate. From the second he stepped into that courtroom, Blake's lawyers looked like they'd rather be anywhere else.
Where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
First order of business, that pitiful egg order Blake tried to file, desperately hoping to silence Justin and his lawyer from exposing her, because let's be real, the last thing Blake wants is people actually knowing the truth. But guess what? The judge wasn't having any of it. The ruling denied, which means Fredman is free to rip into Blake's case all day, every day, in front of the entire world.
The judge chose to not impose the gag order on Justin Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman today, but did threaten to move up the trial if the media press war continued.
And let's talk about how badly Blake's legal team was struggling, because they had no response to Fredman's brutal takedown, no counterarguments, no defense, just blank stares and stammering as Fredman shredded their case apart like it was a bad movie script. Every legal motion they filed, instant rejection. The judge didn't even entertain their nonsense. This wasn't just a loss, it was a complete courtroom slaughter.
Monday, they're going to court because two things. Blake is trying to gag them. I don't think that's going to go through. How can you try to say you're playing this in the press when the entire reason we got here was because you tried to play this in the press? Like, you went to the New York Times to try to take him down and to set a public narrative.
Perhaps the ultimate humiliation, Blake was forced to face Fredman head-on in her deposition. Did she think she could just handpick a gentle attorney to ask her soft questions? Absolutely not. The judge straight up told her you don't get to choose who questions you, and that means she's going to have to sit there under oath while Fredman picks apart every single one of her lies.
He's basically saying that she does not want to sit down for a deposition with Brian Friedman. Like, I know that this girl grew up rich and privileged, but how rich we talking? You know what I'm saying? Because does she think she's just like a princess that she can just be like, I don't like your lawyer?
And speaking of lies, folks, Blake Lively has been discovered in some career-ruining fabrications.
She thinks she's like a princess, that she can just be like, I don't like your lawyer and I don't want to sit down with him and answer questions and tell the truth. So she's trying to get out of having to sit down and be deposed by Brian Freeman. Like, sweetheart, that's not your option.